Hello, Kylie Nevis here, your instructional technology coordinator, and we are going to go over some information that will be really useful during the course of this school year, and feel free to reference this material at any time, especially if you're onboarding new teachers, perhaps even a new data and tech lead. This is intended to orient you to the responsibilities that you will be taking on over the course of the year and to the resources that are available to you as you are helping out your principal, your teachers, and your students. So it is important to recognize the changes in the classroom. Integrity and students first are two goals of Oakland Unified, and we need to be sure to meet students where they're at. Students look a lot like this. They have cell phones and iPads and tablets and computers and laptops, and they have a lot of digital devices, and they're on a lot of digital platforms and social media. So the days of just using textbooks is gone, and now it's textbooks and a device. And we need to make sure that they're using those digital devices in a way that's safe, in a way that is protecting their privacy, so that when they're moving on from school, from K-12, they're leaving a digital footprint that they can be proud of, that they're not paying for something that they did when they were younger, and they are unable to get into college or get the job they want. We want them to be successful. We are doing a major push toward digital literacy, digital citizenship, ensuring student data privacy for all of our applications. So these are some of the goals that we have identified for 2017 and 18. A couple of other items: district-wide Chromebook replacement plan, improving the technology purchasing experience, which will be launched through Clever Menus toward end of spring. And then phase 3 of network upgrades in 78 sites, and this is part of E-Rate. All right, so what is a DTL? What do they do? What will you do? So there's a link in this PDGO series, and this link will take you to the comprehensive list of all the responsibilities, but I've broken it down to a couple of main buckets. You manage student technology, so this includes the cyberbullying curriculum and digital literacy curriculum from Common Sense Media, as well as just making sure students have accounts. We are a big Google district, and every student should have an account, which is their first and last name at ousd.us, and then for now, their password is their student ID with 00 as the prefix. So you also will be supporting data and assessment tools. This means that you will be helping with administering the SBAC. This also might include Illuminate. This will also include SRI, SMI, and F&P, potentially. Something that's important to note for SBAC is that just doing this training doesn't mean that you're trained in SBAC administration. So you actually, there's a table that we will provide you that has a list of training dates for SBAC, and it's important to go to that so that you have a better understanding of what's the responsibilities with regard to that assessment specifically. You will be teaching teachers, so leading professional development. We really want to build up your capacity as a coach, because a lot of the tools that we'll be going through and learning about new approaches, learning about new ways to hone your own skill set is applicable to all your teachers as well as your principal, even students. And so we want to make sure that there's a way for you guys to be able to communicate that information to your sites. Blended learning practices is something that we want to elevate. So we want to make sure that when technology is introduced into the classroom, it's done so in a way that doesn't feel disjointed. And so we'll be going over some instructional models related to blended practices. And that's something that you can also provide to your teachers during a professional development session. We will also be collecting data. So not only do applications that you use, such as STMath or Myon or Lexia, they have their own data dashboards where you can actually drill down to the student level and see where you might want to do some intervention. But you will also have access to Clever Goals. Now, we'll have a pilot with Clever Goals for 5 sites, but district-wide, we'll actually be able to pull data with regard to 2 important metrics, namely usage and progress. And so that will be made available this fall, and we'll do a training on how we can better use data so that we can do more data-driven instruction. Compensation for the data and tech lead role is a very common question and an important question. So in the 15-16 school year, it was a district program because this was a role that was just being piloted. But since the 2016-17 school year and then into the 17-18 school year, it is a site-funded position. This means that you're going to want to negotiate your stipend with your principal. Now, we've provided guidelines around what that stipend should be. So $1,500 to $2,000, depending on the size of your school and the scope of your work. A comprehensive high school that's larger might be on the 2,000 end of that range, while a small school might actually be less than 1,500, depending on the number of students you are actually serving. So most principals do have some money reserved for stipends, and you want to see if it's possible that they can carve out a stipend for you. We do recognize that some DTLs might be volunteer depending on the arrangement that's been made, but we definitely encourage principals to provide compensation. We want you to feel rewarded for the work that you're doing. However, regardless if you're being paid or not, we will provide the quality support for you as folks that are ensuring that technology is being used in a way that is to the best interest of the student.